The following presentation is non-profit and is intended for entertainment purposes only. All events within this presentation are non-canon. Batman and all related characters are the property of DC Comics, Warner Brothers, and their respective owners. Hilarious Matrimony, a Batman fanfiction. Written and read by Robert Cantor. Chapter 7. In their time as costumed heroes, the Titans thought they had seen it all. They had fought everything from superpowered aliens to demons from hell. There was very little that would surprise them, but no one expected what happened that night. Not even Batman. Making their way across the water towards Titan Island were 7 hulking horrors that resembled Jokerized versions of Batman's enemy, Bane. Each of them was over 12 feet tall and dressed as a famous historical figure. "Ladies and gentlemen," exclaimed the Joker, "for your opening act on Bird Brat and Stargirl's wedding festivities, I proudly present Albert Einstein, Mahatma Gandhi, Tenzin Gyatso, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Clara Barton, St. Oscar Romero, and St. Teresa of Calcutta!"
"You've got to be kidding me,"
said Donna. "Oh, please," said Wally. "I've seen episodes of Care Bears that were scarier than this." Wally immediately raced down the tower and charged at the nearest monster. "The bigger they are!" Before Wally could finish his sentence, the creature swung its gigantic arm and sent him flying into the tower. "The harder they hit," said Gar. Dick and Corey were watching the whole thing go down from inside the Watchtower.
"Who are these people?"
asked Corey. "The people they're dressed as were famous holy men and pacifists," said Dick. "The Joker has gone and turned them into the Sinister Seven." The Joker was giving commentary from his hideout. "Their parents must be either dead or negligent. Otherwise they'd never let these kiddies out of the house looking like that. Believe me, I know all about bad parents. After dear old Mom killed my dad, she took me to the circus and just left me there. Or am I thinking of someone else? Hold that thought. St. Teresa has broken through the Titan's line! She swings to the left! She swings to the right!" Cyborg had a clear shot, but didn't take it. He barely dodged an attack that could have crushed his head. "Why didn't you shoot?" yelled Gar. "I really don't want it on the record that I shot Mother Teresa." "Fair enough." The Joker's juiced berserk impersonators were tough, but the Titans had seen a lot worse. Donna pummeled any creature that dared to challenge her. Gar morphed into a rhino and charged headlong into the fray. Wally was a blur, a red streak of lightning zigzagging through the chaos, delivering blows faster than the eye could follow. "MLK goes down, and the African-American community loses its mind!" exclaimed the Joker. "For the record, I just want you to know that this isn't personal. I can't speak for the Titans, but I hate everyone equally." Raven effortlessly dodged the monstrous satire of Clara Barton, and with a wave of her hand sent her crashing into the monster that resembled Einstein.
"Is this all you can muster?"
asked Raven. "Do you hear that, folks?" asked the Joker. "The bird girl wants her wings clipped. Luckily, I always have a trick or two up my sleeve. The problem with comedy these days is that you have certified hacks ranting about nothing but politics and sex jokes. You can only beat those dead horses so many times before they get old. Sometimes you need to respect the classics." In the years to come, everyone was going to say that they should have seen it coming. The Joker had threatened to hurt Nightwing and Starfire, and at the same time, someone in the city just happened to be trying to break the record for the world's largest lemon meringue pie. 150 feet in diameter and weighing over 25 tons, and someone sent it flying across the river toward the tower. Oh shit. Everybody down! Cyborg morphed his arms into a giant cannon and blasted the pie, which exploded into hundreds of pieces and came raining down on the island. You know, this is a lot like my last wet dream. Only we weren't fighting for our lives.
Gar, now is not the time or the place,
said Raven. What a waste of good pie, said the Joker. But wait! There's more! Standing 17 feet tall and weighing over 10 tons! You better watch out! You better not cry! Santa Claus is coming to town! The hulking horror that leapt across the river and onto the island looked as if someone had forced Santa Claus to overdose on venom and Joker's toxins. Up in the Watchtower, Dick collapsed into a chair beside Corey. That's something no one should ever have to see! I've got this! Gar morphed into a brontosaurus and swatted at the massive abomination with his tail, but Santa caught it.
You've been a very naughty boy,
growled the hulking horror, sounding like metal going through a garbage disposal.
Now Santa is going to kill you!
The abominable Santa picked up Gar and prepared to toss him, but he morphed into a hummingbird to escape. The horrendous Santa tried to swat him with his massive fist. All right, time to pull out all the stops! Gar morphed into what looked like an amalgamation of several different species of dinosaurs. Most of his body resembled that of a T-Rex, but his arms were a lot thicker and had longer reach. His back had the dorsal plates of a Stegosaurus, and his tail had matching spikes. His head also had horns like a Triceratops. I've been saving this one for a rainy day, he growled. I call it Megarax! The juiced and Jokerized Santa started swinging at Gar with the razor-sharp candy cane he had been carrying on his back, but Changeling dodged every hit and impaled the monster's hand with one of the spikes on his tail. Now this is entertainment! Exclaimed the Joker. Gar kept the hideous Santa Claus busy until Raven decided that she had had enough. She stretched out her hand to touch the creature's dangerously distorted mind and began putting it to sleep. It took longer than it should have, but eventually the monster collapsed into the river. Well, that was anticlimactic, said the Joker, sounding disappointed. Sorry, folks, but I'm afraid that's all the time we have for tonight. But don't worry, we'll be back for more jollies soon enough. Exit stage left, laughing all the way. The Titan stood beside the hideous mutant Santa Claus and all the other abominations.
Who does this?
Asked Donna.
We are dealing with a very sick mind,
said Raven. Batman. The Joker bounced that broadcast through just about every country there is, but I got him, said Cyborg over the comms. It came from London. While the Titans waited for someone to take the Joker's juiced berserkers to the slab, Batman used the Justice League teleporter to get to London.
What the heck are the Joker's people doing in London?
Asked Batgirl over the comms. I doubt the Joker was ever here, replied Batman.
The general consensus over here is the same, but you're going to tear the place apart until you've made absolutely sure it's a dead end. Still, why London?
Knowing the Joker, there could be no reason at all. Or maybe it was something as mundane as the fact that London was the birthplace of Charlie Chaplin. But years of fighting the Joker told Batman that it was simple misdirection, making sure that his attention was focused in London while the Joker was off doing God only knew what. Eventually, Batman did find the building where the broadcast had originated from. But the Joker's goony girls had already flown the coop. All that was left to be found was a flash drive with a single video file. Batman made sure there was no malware on the device and then played the video. You didn't really think it was going to be that easy, did you, Bats? Said the Joker. Oh no, the fun has just begun. Tell me, have you ever seen A Man for All Seasons? I think it's hilarious! Henry VIII's motives for causing a schism in the church were entirely selfish and ultimately pointless. I mean, Anne didn't give Henry the son he wanted, and his first wife was gonna die soon anyway. But the real funny part is about St. Thomas More. He followed the church's rules, and in the end, he got his head cut off for his trouble. His martyrdom didn't save Catholicism in England. It accomplished nothing. Hell, here we are, 500 years later, and I'm told that less than 50% of the people in England identify as practicing Christians of any denomination. Do you know what that means, Bats? It means that less than 10% of people can say they've read the Bible from cover to cover, but more than 60% of people can say they've read Harry Potter. Harry f***ing Potter! We've been playing this game for years, Bats. Do you really think you can win? We'll see. Sometime later, the Joker sat watching reruns of old cartoons and sitcoms. Tell me, girls, have you thought of a way for me to kill them yet? Betty remained silent as always, but Lucy eagerly gave her answer.
You could beat them to death with a donkey's jawbone!
The Joker mulled the idea over. Too Jewish, he said at last. It was at this moment that Deathstroke kicked down the door and stomped in. The girls backed against the wall, but the Joker didn't even bat an eye. What did that door ever do to you? Did you at least bring the goods? Deathstroke said nothing. He tossed the briefcase he was carrying to the Joker's feet. LexCorp. You stole that from Lex Luthor? Exclaimed Lucy. My dear, I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, said the Joker. What makes you think I'm scared of a spoiled chrome dome with a serious inferiority complex? The Joker inspected the box's contents. Oh, Johnny and Jarvis, it's playtime! To be continued. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, then like this video. Subscribe for more updates, and if you really want to help this channel out, click the links in the description below and buy my books.